Hello everyone, this is Manoj. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing good and safe at your home. So in today's video, I'll show you how we can use search, filter and export in React table. Alright, so by in this video, we'll learn all this. So let's start the video. First of all, I have created a simple new React application as you can see, and here's the code. Let me show you the app.js. So I've just created it, and the name of this application is React Filter Sort Pagination Export. All right. So first we'll create a list, and for that we'll use this fake JSON API. All right. So first let me remove all this, or let me create a separate file. Let's say datalist.js. So in this we will use React hooks. So first React from React, and let me also import use state and use effect. I hope you are familiar with use state and use effect. These are hooks which are useful to maintain the state in functional components. So after that, let me create a functional component, data list, and here we will return a simple div stating data list. And finally, we need to export it. Export default data list. So we are done with the initial component. Go back to app.js and let me remove this header part, and let's import data list component here. Let's save this, go back to browser. You can see our component is in browser now. So now we will use this REST API, or you can say this fake JSON API. So first of all, let's create a variable const user list and set user list is equal to use state blank array. So at initial level it would be a blank array. So now we will use effect. We'll take a function as a parameter, and in the dependency we'll pass a blank array. So here we will use a inbuilt API which is fetch. You can also use XKS. For that you need to install a separate package. So I'm using this inbuilt API of React, that is fetch. So fetch and the URL, and if it fetch the data successfully, then response will convert response into JSON, and then the result, if the data is converted in JSON successfully, then we'll update our variable using set user list. So now whatever data we'll get from this endpoint, we are going to update in this variable. And finally, if there is an error, so let's console it, console.log error. So we are done with our use effect. So now, oops, basically we need to do this in data list, not an app. So let me cut this And let me also cut this and paste it over here. Let me remove the blank lines. Fine. Now Control Alt F. So it will align your code. Control Alt F. So now let's print a table, and in the table, in the first row, we will add some t heads. Let me show you the fields. So this particular repair returning ID, name, username, email. So in the table will display the first column would be ID, and let's copy paste. So second one is name, and then username and email. So as of now we are only using 4 columns. If you want, you can use the other one also. So this is the header part. Now let's render this list. So here, if list, list is not undefined and list dot length greater than 0, then we have to return tr and then td. But before this, user list dot map, here user, delete this. Yeah. So it will return first user dot id. Let's copy and paste 3 more times. So this is this column id and name. Make sure you will write the exact same name. Like if this is in lowercase, so you have to copy and paste in the lowercase, or if you are writing, so it would be in lowercase only. Otherwise it will not print your data. So 4 headers are there, and now 4 body columns are there. Fine. And the final case would be blank, or let's say loading. Save it. Oops, I've already copied that data list. Go back to browser. Oops. Let's save it again. Here it is. So we have successfully created our list. You can see this is also given 10 user list, and we have successfully rendered all 10 users. So now on this particular table, we will use a search filter, a common level filter, and also the column level filter. All right, and export pagination. So first of all, let's install Bootstrap, npm bootstrap, because we will use Bootstrap table and all the properties. So it will install all the dependencies and packages of Bootstrap. So we have successfully installed Bootstrap. Now we have also installed another package, which is react-bootstrap-table-next. So we have successfully installed that package also. Now go to the top, and we have to import that Bootstrap table from React Bootstrap table next package, and also a CSS. Now like we are using these 4 columns. All right, so for using this bootstrap table we need to create a array of columns. So columns, it would be array, and here the first property would be data field, which would be id in our case, and text would be id. So this is a property of bootstrap table. Let me copy it and paste it for. So the second one is name, third one is username, and the last one is email. So text would be capital N and capital U username, and the last one is capital E email. So this is our columns array. So our columns array is ready. Now we don't require this. So let me comment all this table. And now we need to use bootstrap table, and it will ask a key field. So in our case we are using id. So you have to give the exact column name which you are using as a response from your API, like this id column. Okay, so the first one is key field and then columns. So we have already created a columns array, columns, and data. So data is coming in this field, so user list, paste it over here and close this. Let's hit the command npm start again because we have installed a package, so we need to restart the server. Go back to browser. Let's close this because it will open another tab. So you can see this table is in now bootstrap format. Perfect. Now go back to VS Code, and now first we will apply the sorting on these tables. For that we need to do some modification in the columns array. So let's say on name we need that sorting. So go to that name data field object, and we have a sort property. Let's save this. Go back to browser, refresh it. So if you click on it, so you can see the name is getting sorted. All right, very easy. So let's say on username also we need this. Let's paste it. Also for email, so paste it. Refresh the browser, and if you click on name, if you click on username, if you click on email, so it will start sorting. But on id it is not work because we didn't apply that sort on id column. So this is for sorting. And let's put another css over here. So by using this, and here we need to apply bootstrap 4 property, so it will show these up and down arrows. You can see now it is in descending order, now it is in ascending order. So for that we need to include this css. So we are done with our sorting. Now we'll use pagination. For pagination we have to install a package. So go back to VS Code, So for pagination, this is a package, React Bootstrap Table 2 Paginator. Install it. It will install all the pagination related files and folders and dependencies which we will use to make pagination. So the package has been installed. Now we need to import that pagination factory from this package and a CSS file. After that, we have to use a separate array of pagination, like previous page, next page, page number, total page number, how you want to show the previous and next button. All right. So this is our array pagination factory because we have imported from this package. So here page, this is the first page number, and this is how many records you want on the first page. This is the last page text. All right. And it will also show the total number of records, so on page change. All right. So these are some properties for pagination. So you have to create that particular array to use pagination in React table. So after that, go to the Bootstrap table. Let me align this. So after the data property, we have a pagination property for React Bootstrap table, and we have to pass our pagination array which we have just created, this one. Let's save this, and we have to again start the server because we haven't installed a separate package. So it will start the development server, and after that we will see in the browser the changes. Let's close the previous tab. So you can see it is showing the paging number, total number, the first page, and the, all the ranking like 1, 2. It will divide all the records as per the page size which you have given in the pagination array. So this one means whatever value you will put here, it will show you that particular page. So if I change this from 1 to 2 and save this, let's refresh it. So you can see now we are on second page. All right. And so if you change it from 5 to 10, so it will show all 10 records. It also have some other numbers, but we don't have records because this API is only returning 10 lines. So this is how you can use paging in our application. It's very simple. So we are done with our sorting and pagination. So now we will apply column level filtration. For that we have to install a separate package, which is React Bootstrap Table 2 Filter. So it will install all the filtration package files and dependencies which we'll use for our filtration on column level. So the package has been installed. Now go to the top. So we have to import the filter factory and text filter from this package, and also the CSS file. Now we have to do some modification in the columns. For example, let's say on this name you want a search filter. So for the name we have to give filter text filter. Okay. And in the Bootstrap table we have to use filter and the filter factory. Let's save this, and we have to again restart our server. So npm start, go back to browser. Let's close this because it will open in a separate tab. So you can see there is a input text field on the name field. So let's try with GLE LNA. So you can see the filtration is working perfect. So Patrica. So by using this you can apply a column level filtration or search, you can say. So let's also copy this filter for our username. Save this, go back to browser. You can see for username it is also working, but perfect. So we are done with our sorting, pagination and column level filtration. Now we'll apply the export function. For export in CSV or Excel, we need to install a package which is React Bootstrap Table 2 Toolkit. So we'll install a toolkit package and we'll use CSV export functionality to export our data in CSV or Excel. So it will install all the dependencies and files and folders for export option. So the package has been added. Now we have to import our toolkit provider and CSV export from this package, and also we have to create a variable for CSV export. So from the CSV export we are extracting this export CSV button. Now we have to create a on click event for this particular button. I have created this my export CSV. So basically this is a button which will be using to export the data in CSV format. So now go to the Bootstrap table. So here we need to wrap this. First let me align this Bootstrap table into a toolkit tag, and let me also wrap both the controls into react.fragment, because we cannot return more than one element in React because we have a limitation. So let's align this. So now and let me pass this user list comment out this one, and we will use our props dot base props. So these values are coming from now this tag. So let's save this, restart the server. So you can see there is an export to CSV button on the top. uh, let's show all the data, and now click on this button. It has exported the spreadsheet. So you can see the entire 10 rows are in our spreadsheet. So it is in CSV format because we are using CSV only. So this is all about export to CSV. So now we have completed our sorting, column level filtering, pagination and the export. All right. So that's it for this particular video. I hope you like it. If you did so, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and if you have any doubt, comment, I'll answer. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, go to my channel and subscribe it, so that whenever I post this kind of video, so you'll get the notification at the earliest. And you can also follow me on Instagram, so that we can talk one to one. And I have also a website which is connectedprogrammer.com. You can also find the website link in the channel description. So you can also go through this particular website to find all the useful articles. And if you are a programmer, I have created a Lenovo ThinkPad E14 video, because I'm currently using this particular machine from last 3 months, and especially for the programmers and developers or the designers, basically who are into IT field, this is one of the best machine, right? It is a business segment machine, so you must try it. And if you are looking for a new laptop or machine for your coding or programming purpose, so I'm sure this would be the perfect and best machine for your career. So you can also go through this particular video, and you can also purchase it. I have mentioned a link in the video description, so you can find it and purchase it. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.